And that means my partner in crime, my co-host this morning is Laura Lee. Good morning,
Good
Laura.
morning, Miss Becky. Happy
Happy
Friday.
Friday. And by phone, we are so happy to have him. We have our own, and I just went blank, Chuck Hedrick. There we go. I needed my battery restarted. I don't know why Friday. I'm having my Monday on my Friday. No way. Anyway, good morning, Chuck.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Oh, I got to say it. What's up, Chuck?
What's up, Chuck?
What's up, Chuck, man?
Oh, how many times? Oh, I'm sorry.
I
Well,
can do
never
it.
in my life. That was the first time, actually.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh.
That was pretty funny. No,
I did
that
think
was
so.
pretty prominent in high school.
Yeah, I love it. No, I love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. Well, I like to say the name. It's just it's a cool name, awesome name, and I love that. So we're so glad to have you with us. We're going to be finding out some great things you got coming up tomorrow. You've been working very hard on, but let's thank our sponsors this morning.
Absolutely. We have Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Celebrity Home Loans, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Fox Curley Wealth Management.
Yay. Thank you to our great sponsors and a beautiful day. I do want to remind everybody it's going to be another hot one. So remember, plenty of water, plenty of sunscreen, and taking breaks every
Take
so
breaks,
often.
Yes.
And a hat,
Absolutely.
wear a hat. Remember all the stuff we're supposed to be doing. Okay. So
Absolutely. Protect those eyes.
That's
Mindy
right.
Gunn would tell us. Wear
That's-
those sunglasses.
absolutely. Yeah. All right. Today is the 22nd day of July. This is hammock day. Chuck, do you like to lay in a hammock?
Oh, I love laying in hammocks, but hammocks don't like me.
Do you remember during COVID when it first started?
Yeah,
I ordered those hammocks, and
yeah.
we still love our hammocks.
Yeah. I got a hammock that is like you lay in it and like it almost like it folds over like you can, it's almost like a little cocoon.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's so funny because people like to flip me out of that. I mean like yeah,
I
it's
can see that.
yeah, it's funny though. I mean kind of funny, but until you land, but
Yeah.
anyway, but
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, I mean like yeah, a good hammock you can't beat.
Uh-uh.
Do you still have yours, Laura?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you have time for one, right?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what, yeah.
You know. That doesn't happen often.
This is also the Lion's Share Day. That is where, like, remember, like, you get the bigger portion. Yeah. We always,
The bigger portions make the man bigger, and that's why I don't sit in the hammocks.
That's great.
Okay, all right. National Mango Day. I love mangoes.
Ooh,
Chuck,
good
you like mangoes?
mango smoothie.
Yes, I do. Too much peeling. I like it when my wife handles peeling, and she just brings me a nice plate of mangoes. You know?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I do like mangoes.
While you're laying in your hammock, right?
Yeah,
There you
see?
go.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I love, and I'm with Laura. Mango smoothie. Oh yeah,
yum.
mango. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Didn't McDonald's have the mango smoothie?
They
Remember?
did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, National Fudge Day. Okay. Can do
Favorite
that.
kind of fudge.
Oh yeah, I well, whatever's in front of me,
Well,
but I'd say peanut butter. What about you, Chuck? What about you,
Oh, I would definitely say peanut butter.
Laura?
Definitely. I would agree with that 100%.
I don't know. I like the orange smoothie, like
The
orange
dreamsicle. Yeah, I love that
one.
too. That's really rich, but really good.
Yeah, that's probably one of
Oh,
my
yeah,
favorites.
like the swirl pattern ones. Oh, yeah,
Yes,
those
yeah.
always, like the dreamsicles almost. Those are delicious also. Yeah, I can agree.
Any of that, yeah. National Rat Catchers Day.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Nope.
What was the Pied Piper? Remember he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that
Just
story.
thinking that, yeah.
I love that story. My dad and mom would tell that story all the time when I was little. Yeah, the Pied Piper. Yeah. Let's see here. This is also Summer Leisure Day.
Ooh.
So, we got to hold on to it. Everybody's already hitting fall. There's all kinds of fall stuff out, but we are still into summer.
Absolutely.
So, we got to remind everybody. And, there's nothing better, Chuck. I'm going to do a big segue than a big summer concert, right?
Oh, yes.
I love summer concerts.
Ooh, me too.
I love them outdoors. I love hanging out, and you have been working so hard for this, and we're so proud of you on this. So tell us what you got going on, Chuck.
Well, I'd like to start off by saying I can't take all of the credit. I have a great team of people with me. I have Harrison Nicholson, Zach Morris, and Nathan Smith have personally been the ones involved in this with me, helping me book the bands and If you've seen any of our great interviews and all of our video advertisement that we made for H&R Bakery, all of that was Nathan and Zach and me, Harrison, and Harrison's fiance Elise filmed and directed all of it, and then got all the information and then got all of the footage off to get edited by Nathan and Zach. So I've had a great team behind me. So I appreciate all of the support from the community has been thrown to me, but I can't just absorb it all. I gotta make sure that my guys get the recognition they deserve. And I obviously have to thank my beautiful wife, Kaylee, for supporting me and just helping me do all this, because I got to take time away from my family and my kids when I got to do all this booking and step outside for 40 minutes for phone calls. I'm not, it really does start to add up, and I got to thank my wife for stepping up and helping out more in my place at home. So I love all the support I've got, and I can't thank any of these people enough. Tomorrow we're having the stage delivered, and once I can see it in my head, oh my gosh, we're all so excited for this. I can't even express the excitement.
Right. Well, you're a smart man to include your wife and all that. And yes, definitely. And, it's a team effort and everybody working together. And like you said, there's several names, but, we are, want to thank that. And, this is awesome because everybody that you mentioned and everybody that's involved, and of course the museum for letting you host it there and being a big part of it and supporting, this is huge for our community.
Oh yes, and it's something that we've needed for the community. We need something that's a Salem staple event. We have our Old Settlers Day, which has just been, ever since I was a kid, I've always known of Old Settlers Day. You go to Old Settlers Days, this town is really good with events.
Mm-hmm.
If everyone just says, hey, this is really fun, let's keep this going.
Right.
Town is so good with it. I live in New Albany now, but I graduated from Salem, so I still feel myself a Salemite,
Oh, yeah.
So I definitely feel like Salem needs more live music, because there's such a thriving artsy community in Salem that's always gone unnoticed,
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be able to bring these people into the foreground, and this is such a great way to do it, while also taking all of that revenue and putting it back into our community and back into our history, which don't even get me started on history. I love it. Can't get enough of it.
Yeah, definitely. And so it's going to be this Saturday, tomorrow, at the John Hay Center.
Yes.
And it starts at?
Starts at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock is when the music starts. People can start arriving and entering at 1:30 is whenever I'm going to open the doors and let people come in and get situated. But the music starts at 2 o'clock. I have one of the guitar players from Vane is going to perform the national anthem on the guitar around 1:50, 1:55-ish, right before Daniel Main starts us off. So music starting at 2, and we're going to go until midnight.
I love that. Love that. Well, let's talk about the groups, because I kind of, for those maybe that want to get to know the groups, let's start off with the Captain Trips. Tell us about this group.
Captain Trips is a Salem-oriented band. They have, I only know the members of this band because I'm such good friends with them, but they have Ben Frederick as their vocalist, and Ben has been a part of the music scene for years. Their guitar player, Logan Crockett, and their other guitar player, Corey Neese, both went to school with me, and I've been playing music with them my whole life, so I have only great things to say about them. And then their drummer, Brett Stevens, he also drives an IMI truck and pours concrete. I pour concrete, so I see him almost every day at work, so
That's hilarious.
I have nothing bad I could say about these local rockers. They put on a great performance, and I guarantee whenever you stick around and watch them perform, you're gonna leave happy, and you're gonna leave with a truly great experience.
And what kind of music are they known for? Did they write a lot of their music? Did they do other artists' music, or what?
They are a cover band. They
Okay.
will go in. They are playing 2 hours of rock and roll, heavy metal, to heavy metal. They don't just play heavy metal, but they got some Pantera songs that they play, but they just play covers. They
Okay.
have started writing originals, and from what I hear, they're pretty good, but I haven't got to hear a full song yet. But Captain Trips will be performing covers for the last 2 hours.
Love that. Okay, and then let's talk about Vane, Skipping Stone.
Okay,
Or Vane?
Vane is another local band. They
Yeah.
played last year. Last year, I watched them play, and I thought they were amazing. They are our co-headliner. They're going to play for an hour. They have some mix. They play some covers, and they play some originals. Skipping Stones, they're from Louisville. They're more of like a hard rock style band, and they are originals. All of their music is their own. They show up, and they are they're a traveling original band. I've heard of them a lot from the Louisville music scene, and I liked last year and this year and every year since. I want to bring in a couple from Louisville.
Yeah, sure.
So, like, hey, these are the Louisville musicians that are doing some stuff,
Uh-huh.
And that's basically what I wanted Skipping Stones to be.
Love that. All right, and yeah, definitely. And we are in the Kentuckiana, Louisville market area, so
yeah.
that makes sense. And and why not? And I can't wait for them to come to our community. Okay, we also have Rooftop Garden.
Yes, Rooftop Gardens is now Rooftop Gardens and Wayward Blue Jays are both bands that Zach Morris actually booked for me, and so I don't know much about them other than I've listened to both of them on Spotify. I really like both their music. I highly recommend you check them out on their Spotifys, so maybe you can learn some of the words before they come and play.
Love that.
But they are both IUS area bands. Zach met them through people in the IUS musical arts programs. These are all very, very smart musicians. They all know their music theory and their songs. They're originals. Both of these bands play original music, and it's so interesting because it's unlike stuff that you normally hear. I highly recommend anyone listen to both these bands, and make sure you come out to see them. And I can't recommend them enough.
All right, Tommy the magician.
Tommy, the magic from Tommy. Tommy is married to my cousin.
Okay.
He used to be the magician down at Caesars, the boat and casino.
Mm-hmm.
He was their house magician. And then after that, he started just playing. He would do shows. He would, whenever there was a concert, he'd go up there, do 30 minutes worth of magic in the middle of the concert. And I asked him, I said, hey, would you want to come and do something at this music festival? I want to add something different, because there's a difference between just a concert and a festival. I wanted this to have something just a little different, throw in a magic act, something to switch it up.
Definitely.
And he is performing twice throughout the day. If you're able to, any of the listeners who are able to, on our Facebook page with the John Hay Music Festival, we have posted the lineup with the times available. And Tommy the Magician's performing twice. So if you're not able, if you want to bring your kids to watch the magic act, if you missed the first one, you can always make it to the second one.
Awesome. Okay, I love that. And then let's see. Then after that, we have the Mads. Is it Mads Mitchell?
Well, we have Van Fleet, who goes on before Tommy. Van Fleet is a Salem local band. They play originals, and their guitar player is Blair Winslow, who was my percussion teacher when I was growing up. And I always heard stories about how Blair was this amazing guitar player and just could shred and all of this. And we would find pictures of him when he was our age, and he had long blonde hair and pink spandex, and was just rocking it on the stage. And I thought this guy was the coolest dude in the world. Like, I could not find anyone cooler than Blair Winslow.
Aww.
And then when I found that he had started a new band, Van Fleet, I immediately said, please let me book you. Like, I have to watch you play. So this one is my guilty pleasure. I wanted Van Fleet because I wanted to watch Blair Winslow play guitar on stage. So if anyone else wants to come geek out with me, I highly recommend you come watch Van Fleet.
I love that.
Mads Mitchell. Yeah, Mads Mitchell is actually a 16-year-old Salem High School student. She is starting off brand new. This will be her first solo performance on like a big stage. I think she did last year's Old Settlers Days. I think she came out and played at Old Settlers Days. I think that's what her bio said. That she got to play at Old Settlers Days last year, but this will be her first music festival. And I am so happy that I get to be a part of this for her, because I remember my first concert that I played, and it means a lot that this is the main, this is the reason we're doing this, is for all these kids,
Yeah.
I want there to be a music program for these kids to go into after, high school can only take you so far. At some point, you have to just go perform by yourself.
I love this. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, great idea. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Okay, and then anybody else? Or it looks like there's Taylor.
Taylor Purswell.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Purswell is another one who was booked by Zach Morris, and Taylor is from IUS, and he is a singer-songwriter in the songwriting department. He is just an amazing musician. And I'm pretty sure he's just him and I don't know, he's a solo, so I don't know if he's like playing a guitar by himself. I'm not really sure on his performance style, but his music on Spotify is really good. And then opening it is Daniel Main. Daniel Main, I don't know where to start with the man, the myth, the legend, Daniel Main. The man who is in charge of the community theater, he's in charge of the cemetery walk, he's helping do stuff with the Old Settlers Day committee, he's in charge of the children's theater. I mean, how can you pinpoint one thing that Daniel Main has done to impact our community?
Mm-hmm.
The man has built his life around our community and just trying to be in the community. And whenever I first had the idea of doing this music festival last year, he was the first person I called. I said, Daniel, I want to do this. What should I do? He has been there from the beginning, and it will never stop being there. He was the first person to call me this year to say, hey, I want to play on that music festival again this year. I said, oh okay. This was like January. I thought, dang, okay. I wasn't even planning it yet, but I got you down, buddy.
Oh, I love that. Well, that's going to be awesome. No, I agree. This is so much fun. And let's talk, of course, this many bands and this many groups and everybody performing with even the magic show. What about food?
Oh, food. We have JK's food truck. We used them last year, and they just recently opened Raquel's on the square. They are coming out, and they're going to have a food. They're not. I don't know if they're going to have their truck available because they were renovating their truck, but they're going to have a booth where they're going to be selling food. And then we have Mama Bees. I don't know why that was really hard for me to say. Mama, like mother. Mama Bees food truck, and she does like Southern cooking, like Southern style fried, country fried steaks is what it, big pork tenderloins and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Omar's Tacos, who is going to be selling food with the Historical Society. They're going to be selling tacos, but Omar's going to be making them. Okay. Omar is a friend of mine who makes amazing tacos, and he's going to sell some up by the beer tents.
Uh-huh.
So if you get a little intoxicated and you can't walk all the way to the food trucks, I'm going to have a taco stand a little closer for you.
All right. Okay. Information on that?
Yep. Yep, that's just for the people that hang out until after 10. Then we also had Brother B's Ice Cream, who came out last year, and I was so happy I could get some ice cream, knowing it's going to be a warm one tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
Brother B's, they were delicious last year, and they asked me if they could come again this year, and I said, please, like, you all were great.
Yeah. That's awesome. So there'll be food and
Oh, yeah.
desserts and so, and then you said alcohol, then you do need to have an ID though, right?
Yes. If you do want to partake in an alcoholic beverage, you have to show your ID to the vendors, or they will not serve you. We are alcohol vendors. We have Our Lady of Perpetual Hop from New Albany is coming back again this year. Last year, I called several breweries last year and asked if they wanted to come set up, and not a lot of people wanted to pull the trigger on a brand new music festival. And Greg at Our Lady, he took a gamble with me, and he decided, yeah, I'll pull my stuff out there and I'll set up for you. And he ran out, his kegs ran empty, and he had to have one brought to him. His CO2 canister ran empty and had to have another one brought to him. I told him, I said, our community, we have a lot of people that will come out to this. I think you're underestimating Salem.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, a lot of people underestimated Salem. And I just want to say that I'm proud of Salem for showing these people that, hey, yeah, it rained, but we don't care. We're going to have some fun. And
Well,
I thought that meant so much to me that
yeah.
the people who, didn't think we were going to do it, we did it, and that was a community effort. We also have Hunter's Ridge Winery, who is a more local winery, and last year, once again, they were the first ones that were like, yeah, we would love to help anything we can. And I can't, when people are nice to me, I can't help but be nice to them. It's contagious,
Absolutely. Well, this is okay. And let's talk prices, and you get a special if you are a member, right?
Yes. It is $20 for general admission tickets. If you are a historical society member, it is $15. If you are under, hang on, let me make sure I read this right. I don't want to get any nasty phone calls. Here we go.
15 or under.
Your children under 12 are $10, and children under 2 are free. So, I've always felt this way. The parents that want to come out, they have to bring your children. I'm not going to make you charge. I'm not going to charge you $40 to bring your twin babies. So it's free under 2. Children 12 and under is $10. Historical society members are $15, and everyone else is $20.
I think it's 15 and under, so we've got a little bit of a head up there. I think the flyer says 15 and under, so I just want to, yeah, I just don't want to get anybody confused. Yeah, it says 15 and under $10, so just want to make sure everybody kind of, yeah. But the twins ought to be a buy one get one free, right?
Well, yeah, they already paid for them. Yeah.
Buy one get one.
Buy one get one free.
There we go.
If you bring in twins, I agree.
Yeah. No, this is awesome.
That is a 5. I'm gonna blame that on my eyes.
Oh, it's okay. That's okay. So Chuck, tell us a little bit. Okay, so the money that's raised, what will it be? Is that for the performers, or is that for the museum, or what will be with the music or the money that is raised?
The money that is raised is for the Historical Society.
Awesome.
We had a lot of our sponsors asked us, whenever we reach our goal and pay for the stage, what happens to the extra? And so the extra goes to the Historical Society.
That's wonderful. That's
yeah.
That's fantastic. Giving back for sure. And if anybody would like to find more information out, Chuck, what can they do?
If you want to find any more information, you can always check out our Facebook page at the John Hay Music Festival. There is also a separate page just for the John Hay Center. If you want to find out more specific information just on the John Hay Center and the Historical Society, you can also go to the johnhaycenter.org. I believe that will help you if you just want more information on the Historical Society. If you anything music festival, you definitely need to follow our Facebook page because that's where we try very hard to keep everyone updated and keep all the information out there. And that's really our voice, is that Facebook page.
It's awesome. Well, and if there's anything that I need to update, you keep me informed too, Chuck, and I'll get the word out there any way I can too. But I want to say I'm very proud of you on this. This is a big lineup. This is a great lineup, and our community should be very proud, because there's been a lot of work behind the scenes, like you're saying, when you're trying to, anybody that's done any kind of a organizing an event, when you have to, deal with people's schedule and try to figure out what time some can come and others can't come. And there's a lot of, like you said, phone calls, emails, texting, calling that goes on. So, you've worked very hard, and it looks like the weather's going to be fantastic. This is awesome.
Oh, yes. And we will have water available, because we know it's going to be a hot one.
Yeah.
Last year we asked people not to bring outside coolers. This year we didn't make any kind of announcement about that, because we saw the heat index was going to be so high, and I don't want to tell people you can't bring your coolers, but then I don't want anyone to go without any water. Right. I will have, we bought several cases of water that will be available, and I will try and keep, coolers and ice available, because it's going to be hot, and I don't want anyone to be uncomfortable. I want this to be a fun event,
Right. Well, and I completely agree with you on that. I think that's very good. And so what should someone bring? If Laura and I are coming, what should we be bringing? Should we bring our own lawn chairs or chairs or?
Yes, I would recommend bring your own lawn chair and sunscreen. Everyone needs to bring sunscreen. I cannot recommend that enough to people. Bring a lawn chair, bring an umbrella if you want, or some kind of a little shade, whatever's going to make you comfortable and sit for 10 hours, you can bring that. We would ask if anyone brings coolers to just make sure it's water. I don't want to have to walk around and make sure that people are drinking beverages or above age.
Right.
I want to make sure that our coolers are what we need them to be. Bring your chair, I think last year we had a couple people brought up some of those pop-up canopies. Yeah. Awnings, those little pop-ups. Yeah. You can bring those if you want. Just make sure that everyone's courteous. Don't block them.
That's what I was going to say. Yes. If you do have that, which I understand that, but just make sure that there's a visibility. Yeah. There. Well, you've worked very hard
to be comfortable.
Yeah. Want everybody to be comfortable, have fun, and this is what it's all about. And this is a wonderful gathering, a fun time. And you've worked hard on this, you and everyone you mentioned in the beginning. So it should be a great time. Now we just need the people to show up and come out and let's have some fun, right?
Yes. I need everyone to have fun. That is the first thing I want you to do when you walk in and you pay. Just immediately start smiling. I don't want to see anyone frowning.
All right. I love that. Well, it's a great time, and want everybody. And I know I do want to remind everybody that at the museum, they do not want pets. So it's too hot for Fido anyway.
Absolutely.
So remember, let's keep our pets at home in the air conditioning, and let's go out and have some fun.
Oh, yes.
I just want to remind everybody about that. And that's understandable. So, all right. Well, Chuck, keep up the great work. We appreciate you calling and talking with us this morning. And it sounds like you got a lot going on and got it all under control. If there's anything else that we need to get out, please let us know. Let me know. Text me, call me, and let me know if there's anything else. But as far as tomorrow, everyone, please show up at 2:00. Or you said the gates or the doors open, or it opens at what time?
1:30 is whenever people could start coming in. The first musician starts at 2. Daniel Main starts playing at 2:00.
Okay. All right. Awesome. What a great start up, right?
Oh, yes.
Bringing some good energy for sure. We'll keep up the great work. We'll see you tomorrow. And it starts at 2 and goes till midnight. And, then it's time for everybody to go on home, right?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Mayor Green, for letting me extend the Salem curfew till midnight. I need to say that.
Mayor Green might be there dancing it all up. So,
Oh, yeah. He was very excited and thanked me. He says, hey, this is going to be a lot of fun. It's a great event. And they approved the noise ordinance to be pushed back an hour. The noise ordinance goes until 11, and I said, can I have it until midnight?
There you go. I love that. Love that. Love that. Well, I hear this all the time, as a radio station, everybody's always like, oh, put some summer concerts on, put concerts on. And it takes a lot of work to put a concert on and having a location. So you've got a great location, and it's a wonderful time also to show off our beautiful John Hay Museum Center there. And a lot of fun. It's going to be, you've worked hard on this, Chuck, you and your whole team there. So we just got to get everybody to get out there and show up, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Well, right. Everybody come out and bring your friends.
Yes. And bring your friends, right?
That's right. And you know what? You can even bring that guy you don't like, because you're going to like him after the end of the day.
All right. Thank you, Chuck. And we'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
Yes. I'll see you all tomorrow.
All right. Thanks. All right. Bye-bye.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. All right. And very good, well, he's just like rushing around right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, when you're putting on an event, it's like, yeah, I'm glad he had time for me this morning, because time for us, Laura, because when you're putting on a big event like this, and yeah. And I love everybody networking together, because you're bringing some from IUS, you're bringing, which is a little further south from us. Mm-hmm. You're bringing some from Louisville, you're bringing our community. And then also you're giving some younger ones, which we have so much talent. Yes. Oh my goodness. I love, when they do the Bohemian Separate Club. Yes, oh my goodness. Ugh. It's crazy, the songs and the talent that we have. Absolutely. And then when you go and hear them, I love that. I'm all about it. So I really want to get there tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited.
A lot of fun. There shall be a lot of sunscreen, though. I'm telling you. That's what, yeah. So I wonder if remember the hats that I think they were kind of like a cartoon, but anyway, you put it on your head and it looks like an umbrella.
Oh, yeah.
What was those? Remember those? That's we ought to, Laura, we ought to stand outside and we could sell those, I bet.
Oh, I bet we could too. I bet we really could.
The kind, they're different colors and stuff that they, they might even turn. I don't know if they turn or just sit. I think they just sit. Maybe
they just sit. I think they're on like a ball cap.
Yeah, and they just, or like a band that goes around your head that you just put on. That'd help keep some of that sun down,
it's
right?
like a band. What?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I know we're on the radio, but
explain it. You can it's the theater of the mind.
Yes,
explain it.
It's a actual little umbrella, and it's got like a band that you size around your head.
I think I had one years ago. For some reason,
this one is a huge one. It's for golf.
Yeah.
You tie it around your neck, but it's got a huge big umbrella.
Oh my God, I love that. I love that.
There's all kinds. This one is a backpack that the umbrella is like sits in.
I love that so much.
Oh my land, there is all kinds. So
if you do the Prime, maybe you'll get it in tomorrow. Maybe before 2.
Possibly. Oh, there's even one that's a ramen noodle.
No way.
Chicken ramen noodle, yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, the big bucket hats. Yeah, I love that. All right, so get out and enjoy tomorrow. I do want to remind everybody tomorrow morning, though. Let's start off, and I really hope our community comes up. There's going to be a big convoy for Isabel Campbell, a beautiful little girl. She is 8 years old. Actually, they call her Bella. It's Isabella, but they call her Bella. She's 8 years old, and she was diagnosed with a rare bone cancer. And she is going to be, she's completed 13 weeks of chemotherapy and completing the treatment on April the 12th. She's had her leg amputated, but her story is a beautiful story with her smile. It's contagious. And Walmart up in Seymour is really Matthew Magner. We had him on and talking all about this, and I'm going to go up there. I'm excited about that, and hopefully get to meet Bella. And it will be happening. It's going to kick off the parade. We'll start at Brownstown High School. It'll go down Elm Street and West Spring Street and on the Seymour to the Seymour Walmart. And it's going to be a great time. And of course, Seymour Walmart will be there greeting Bella. And they've even got her, Matthew sent me the shirt. They've got a shirt for her because she'll be an official Walmart driver. And then, of course, her name will be on Matthew's truck. It's Bella, and it's the Walmart, and it's called the Private Fleet. And she's going to be a now a Walmart driver.
That is awesome.
Isn't that awesome? So the convoy starts at 10 a.m. And anyway, so up in Seymour area. So let's get out and support them and support Bella for sure. And they've got some activities planned when she arrives at the store. So what a blessing, and how awesome is this?
That's super sweet.
Yeah,
Our
so-
community and surrounding communities.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
I love that. I love this. And this program is that Walmart does is just fantastic.
Mhm.
And the people that do it, the driving forces, that make it happen, and you're talking a lot of drivers coming together, and it, just like, and we're going to talk about what Meadowview yesterday, but when you bring a lot of people together anymore, it's so hard to get everybody with their schedules and time.
Absolutely.
And the family time, things
those
going
truck
on.
Drivers only get so much time
Oh.
off, or so much time home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for them to give that up, to make little Isabella's day like that just warms your heart.
Yeah. It's definitely her and her family. It's a day that they'll never forget.
Absolutely.
And you can raise, and I'm all about fundraisers and money and stuff like that. And they are raising money too. But
Yeah.
it's also about the support and the love and the
And
showing up,
memories,
and
they're
just
gonna give this
showing their
little
family they're not
girl.
alone.
Oh,
Showing that, and we've said that in every case.
absolutely.
It's so important to show the families when they're going through something, you're not alone. You know what I mean? And by prayer is the number one thing you can do.
Absolutely.
And by that, and just showing up and showing the family and
Absolutely.
getting to hear her story. So beautiful smile, and she'll light up a room. So this is going to be awesome. So that's tomorrow morning, and then you still have time then after come on down and get your dancing shoes on.
Absolutely.
I wonder, of
Of
course, when it's summertime and you're at the John Hay Center, you can almost kick your shoes
I
off.
was gonna say it's either flops or nothing.
Nothing. Just get out there
Yep.
and do some dancing. I want to see your moves, Laura. I want to
I'll
see
be
your.
at clinicals till 7.
Okay, well, hey, you still have
I can
midnight.
still stop by.
That'll be a good
Yeah.
time. That's probably it's a little bit getting
Yeah, it'll be a little
darker and
cooler.
and cooler. So
Yeah, I don't have to worry about you watching my moves too much.
no, we gotta watch that moves. I'm gonna put those light up necklaces on
yeah,
you.
like the glow stick.
The glow sticks and watch it. Yeah, that'd be
Oh.
fun. That'd be fun. I hope somebody brings those. That'd
That
be
would
cool.
be fun. Yeah. That's
Well,
awesome.
a great time for that. And speaking of great time, yesterday, what a blessing for Meadowview Healthcare Center. Let's do the big toot your horn.
Super,
Yeah.
Super excited. Beverly Harden. She it's technically the 23rd, but we celebrated yesterday because that's when everybody could kind of get together. She has been with Meadowview 50 years.
Crazy.
She started July 23rd, 1972. She started in dietary when it was still Williams Brothers. Dietary / I think she done some housekeeping, some laundry. She went on to be a CNA and then a QMA, and then she did restorative aid. And she's worked PRN the last year or so with her knees and COVID and everything like that. But she has been a part of that facility for 50 years.
Yeah.
So we got to have a big celebration. A bunch of corporate came down. Her family got to come. A bunch of past employees, residents that, some of them have known Bev for many years. They've been there. Everybody got to come together and have a huge celebration. She got a really nice plaque. She got a crystal vase that was engraved with 50 years, and they American Senior Communities gave her 50 red roses.
Beautiful.
So yeah, it was a great time. She was surprised. She thought she was coming for a mandatory in-service. So yeah, and then to see her family and friends and past coworkers and everybody there, she was shocked, but she was very thankful.
I love that. Well, and it was so exciting to see, and I love that, she's got the Hardens. There's a lot of Harden family,
Absolutely.
and so many of them did come out, and that was so awesome. And I know that meant a lot to her,
Oh,
to have the
absolutely.
family there. And for them to realize, and I think they know it already, but just to show how special she is, 50 years to give.
Absolutely.
And you think about the lives she's touched.
Absolutely. That's what I said yesterday. I said the servant leadership that
Yeah.
the one lady has possessed for
Yes.
50 years.
Yeah.
The families, the residents, the community that she has touched
Yeah.
and been a part of. It's just unreal.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, since this building has been there in Salem since,
Oh my goodness. 40 something, I believe.
was when it started around. Okay.
I need to
So-
check.
Okay. So you're talking how many folks and how many families have been through that in our community?
Oh my goodness, I couldn't even imagine.
Like you said before, it had a different name.
Mhm.
Williams. It was what was the name of it again?
Williams.
Williams. Yes, and then you go on, it changed to Meadowview, and it's been that for many years, but it's just amazing how and also I was talking about the history of this facility and this building going on is just it's amazing for that, and of course for her to be there 50 years, she's seen so many from the work people to the from the staff to the management to the residents. I mean, a lot of lives she has touched. It's just amazing. Yeah. So that was a big celebration yesterday. She got cake. They had punch. And you went all out.
Flowers of all kinds.
Those flowers are gorgeous
beautiful
too.
Bracelet
Yeah.
that's engraved.
She was over the moon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She had so many cards. A
Yeah.
bunch of the staff that she had worked with previously, they couldn't be there, so they had to take cards, and there was so much. And she collects teapots, so one of the ladies had gotten her a teapot, and it was just fantastic. Everything that Bev loves and lives for was there for her.
I love that. And especially the people.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. And I didn't want this to be confused. She's not retiring. She's just celebrating her 50th anniversary.
Celebrating her 50 years.
50 years. That's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Super awesome.
Yeah.
We are so proud to have her. She can just light up any room.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Bev.
Yeah, she was, and they did the video, and watching that was so cool.
Yes.
And that had to mean a lot. Yeah.
From the time when there was no regulations to now is just astronomical.
Oh, yeah.
They could.
So many dressing up.
They had
parties,
so many parties
Yeah.
and things, but back then they all wore white, and the nurses wore the little white hat, and to them being able to sit at their desk, and they smoked cigarettes back then.
Yeah.
The residents smoked. That's just
I thought that was a joke at first.
No,
in that
it really happened.
Isn't that wild? Yeah. That's just
so.
It was
just to hear her stories of how they built onto that building and kept expanding it and different things. It's amazing. I love to sit and talk to Bev and just hear the stories of how the building has changed.
Right. Well, and it has done a lot of changing and a lot of
growing and
definitely.
Absolutely. It didn't have a therapy department at one point.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's neat, and it's a huge part of our community, and it's very valuable in our community.
Absolutely.
So it's nice to highlight and highlight Bev 50 years. That's pretty impressive for a person to stay 50 years.
50 years.
Yeah.
She's
pretty happy there.
Absolutely.
That's home. I love that.
Yeah, it really
great.
is.
Yeah.
It's truly home.
And she gave me the tip years ago of putting the bacon in on a pan and putting it in the oven instead of doing that frying.
Yes.
Used to fry bacon and baking bacon. I can't talk bacon and get burnt and the grease, and I hate the grease mess and all that. Well, she said put it in a on a baking sheet, put it in the oven, and that was her big. I'll never forget that.
Absolutely.
That was like, oh my goodness, this is brilliant.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
So she knew some of the tricks of the trade, when you're cooking for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You learn them quick.
real quick. Well, congratulations to her, and I was very proud of, and I know her family, the Harden family, is a very beautiful family in our community, big part of our community. So I'm very proud of them, and I know they were over the moon. So good for her. All right, Laura, this is the 22nd day. It's a Friday, and want to remind everybody for the weekend, remember, plenty of water, plenty of sunscreen. We're going to be a very hot weekend for sure. Plenty of sunscreen. Take it easy. Just be careful. Check on everyone to make sure they're okay. This is kind of cool doing, since we are kind of talking about a blast from the past. These are some things that were normal in the 90s, but are kind of rare or non-existent today. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Number one, a Discman plugged into a cassette tape with a wire to play music in your car.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's I mean, I think I'm trying to remember if I.
Yeah, I don't remember if we called it that. It like plugged into a cassette tape with a wire to play music in your car.
Didn't it?
It's a blast from the past.
Yeah, it truly is. I'm trying to think. I remember the little Discman, and they plugged into something that plugged into the radio, but was it a cassette tape?
It's called a Discman. Okay, number two, hotlines for the weather report, current and time, and movie show times. Do you remember that? Okay, they're telling me now. It was Sony brand CD player, and the cassette was an adapter.
Okay. See,
now that makes sense.
I don't know if it plugged in somewhere in the radio or if it really did plug into a cassette.
Yeah. Okay, number three. These are things that were normal in the 90s, but were rare or non-existent now. Number three, talking to your friend's mom to see if you were home. That's hilarious. You know what I mean? Yes, I can remember
I'm
that's
grounded, but then not really being grounded.
But talking to the mom, you know what I mean? The one, you're talking like a phone that sits there, and the mom or dad answering, and then you have that conversation,
not knowing who was calling. You had no
caller ID. No,
nothing.
And then it's just like and then if he or she's not home, then you just start talking to the mom or dad or what, right? No,
yes,
right?
I remember.
Yeah.
Do you remember calling the 883 time?
Yeah.
The weather.
Oh, absolutely. Of course,
Does it still work?
I don't think so. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Number four, being unreachable and no one thinking that you were unusual, that it was unusual or rude. I do agree with that. That's kind of funny to say that, because sometimes if you're in the moment, okay, let's say you're doing something, okay, like yesterday, let's say the event there at Metaview.
Well, yeah.
You're unavailable, you know what I mean? And it's not that you're being rude. It's not that you're being,
No.
It's just you're in the moment.
Absolutely.
And nowadays, if you don't answer the phone when somebody calls or if you're doing something, it goes into, they think everybody's thinking you're rude.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not the case.
Or you're avoiding them.
You're avoiding them, and that's not the case. Maybe you're in the middle of something and you're focusing on.
Well, 883 time does not work. It just keeps ringing.
Yeah.
I had not tried that in many years.
Probably somebody's cracking up laughing that you did it.
Probably. Yeah.
On the other end, they're like,
that crazy fool's on the radio.
There we go.
I wanted to check.
Yeah. Now we know.
Don't try it. It doesn't work, people.
Now we know. Being unreachable and no one thinking it was unusual or rude. I love that. Okay. Picking someone up from the airport and waiting for them at the gate. Well, now you have to, like years ago, you could go closer.
Yeah.
Now you have to.
Yeah.
These are things that were normal in the 90s, but non-existent now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. COVID really did a number on that.
That did. It did. Well, and security too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The security, definitely a big difference. Used to, you could get really close and you could almost see the airplanes and stuff. Now you don't. It's kind of like let's see. Number 6, a card catalog to find books at the library.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Number 7, pressing play and record at the same time.
Oh, yes.
Remember that,
yes.
Laura? This is bringing back some
Absolutely.
memories, right? Number 8, the yellow pages.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's crazy to think about. I forget about those, right?
Some of my residents absolutely love a phone book.
Really?
You cannot get them anymore.
No.
So they're like, "Is that the newest phone book you have? That's from 15 years ago." I'm like,
90s.
That's the only one I have.
Yeah,
I feel bad, but that's
the way
all I got.
No, right.
Even half of the businesses' names have changed, or in some way or another.
Sure. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 9, taking your disposable camera to get developed. Remember that?
Oh,
Yes.
Langes.
Yes. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Waiting for that to get developed and.
Oh yeah. Yes. And there was a thing you could send them off at some point.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yes.
Fish or something.
Yeah.
You would send them off and it
Yes.
was cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you'd wait forever to get them back. But
Yeah.
it was a banner day when they all came back.
Remember? Yeah. And then I always hated like whenever my photos were like horrible photos.
Yes, dark,
or like you see part of it, or like you cut somebody's head off or something. It's like you're trying to.
I was notorious for that.
Well, at least you know your strengths and weaknesses, right? Okay.
Well, at least now I can see them.
See it. Yeah, big difference. Yeah, big difference. Boy, we've come a long way. And we didn't get the photos that like now we take photos all the time. Like I'm like all the time taking photos. Whereas years ago you didn't have that. And that's sad because there's some memories there that I would love to have had more photos of.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. But got the wonderful memories.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Number 10, slap bracelets.
Oh,
remember, yes, I saw one the other day, and I think they kind of outlawed, or was that the word to say outlawed, or they kind of went against us because people were slapping each other. Remember, at school they kind of got banned.
Yeah, I don't think they can have them. I don't know. They might be able to.
Yeah.
I bought my kids one when I seen them just because I was like, blast from the past.
Yeah.
I instantly regretted it.
Oh yeah.
But I wanted them to see.
But now they've got them like all fixed up like with fur. I mean, like you can get fur ones. I mean, you can get.
They even have poppet ones.
Yeah.
So
they've really come a long way, baby.
Absolutely.
Okay, that was 10. 11, bras on cars. Remember the?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
I always thought that was weird, but
yeah, but that was a big thing.
Oh yeah. It was.
Number 12, actually having to meet people at the time and place you said you'd meet them when you made plans. So like if you said you're going to be somewhere, I mean, like there was no other way to get a hold of that person. Like you didn't have a cell phone.
No.
So you had to make sure you were
there.
You were
Absolutely.
There. So.
Oh yeah.
I just think that's kind of cool to go back.
Some of that stuff I feel like we need to go back and re-implement.
Well, I think so. I think the
showing up when you say you're going to be there.
Love that, and also when you're like talking to your friend's mom. You know what I mean? Just having conversation with them.
Absolutely.
Also, I love the idea of not being rude when you don't answer the phone.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Don't. I think we shouldn't.
Yeah. When no one's thinking that it's unusual or that you're being rude for you to answer the phone.
Absolutely.
You might be doing something.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that's.
I missed several calls yesterday when I was helping with Bev's party, and I thought it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, you were kind of in.
Absolutely.
It's kind of a big thing going on. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. Also, let's see here if we some random facts here. All right, let's find out. Okay, they don't bleach toilet paper to make it white. They bleach it to make it softer and extend its life. Who knew, right? Okay. And let's see. Hang on. There's a little more to this story if I can get it here. It also makes it softer, extends its life. And where did it go? Okay. The whiteness of toilet paper is actually a byproduct.
Huh.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. All right. The idea of 10,000 steps every day to be healthy isn't based on any actual science. It comes from a Japanese marketing slogan in the 1970s. All right. Okay. The trend of big summer movies advertising during the Super Bowl only started after Independence Day did in 1996. I feel like we're talking a lot about the 90s here.
Yeah. Maybe we should go back to the 90s.
Go back to the 90s. I like the hair and the clothing and stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Number 5, the Billboard chart called Hot R&B hip hop songs were called Hot Black Singles on June of 1982 through October of 1990. Little fun fact there. Yeah. All right, here we go. This is baseball. The Oakland A's and the Cleveland Indians played 2 games using orange baseballs in 1973. That's cool.
Well, that is kind of cool.
It was the A's owner's idea. He thought it'd be easier to see, but the players hated them, so they scrapped it.
Huh.
There we go.
Unique.
There we go. Some random facts, which is fun to tonight to tell it at the supper table.
Absolutely.
So I'm doing something different. I'm using up. Okay, I have a lot of coffee at my house. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know. Okay. Little fun fact about Becky. I like blankets. I feel like I'm confessing, and I like coffee. Right?
Absolutely.
We know that, right?
Mhm.
2 really.
I've already drank my whole cup of coffee.
Well,
Here.
I have so much coffee at home. Okay, because
Okay.
people get me coffee.
Absolutely.
I buy coffee and I have coffee. So the McDonald's coffee is what I usually buy.
Mhm.
The Keurig McDonald's coffee. Remember, there's no secret about that. I've talked about that a lot.
Absolutely.
Well, we're out of it, but I have so much other coffee. So
Yeah.
I made a statement, okay, that we're going to drink all this other coffee before we buy any other coffee. Okay, we're gonna clean up our coffee. Okay.
Oh,
So yesterday I had chocolate coffee. This morning I'm having coffee. Actually, little fun fact: after it sits for a little while, it gets bitter.
Yes, it does.
So I'm bittery black over here this morning.
Oh man.
So I've got a lot more to do though. So anyway, I'm drinking all of the coffee I have before I buy more coffee.
Oh my land.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been very interesting. So
I love it.
yeah,
too.
the
I had
chocolate coffee was
toasted
really good.
coconut one day.
Yeah. I have coconut too. Well, I get the flavor,
Yeah.
and those are nice. Like if you're having people over and you're just drinking like a cup of coffee, or like of a night or something, you just want something a little something like that. So that's what I get those for.
Yeah.
But then some of them were a gift. Well, now I'm in the process of I'm going to drink it all down before I buy. So it's funny the flavor. Like yesterday was chocolate flavored. Today it's like bitter. It's a little bit older,
Yeah.
but it's still coffee and it's good. It tastes like actually, and I mean this nicely. I don't mean this disrespectful, but like like when you're on the road, like if you're doing a road trip,
Yeah.
and some of the gas stations,
Absolutely.
like at
It's
2 or
set
3 in
all
the
day.
morning, it's
Yeah.
like
Absolutely. Full strong.
I feel like a truck driver. I'm getting my. I'm putting the pedal to the metal over
If
here.
we see you dancing
That's
on the
exactly-
roads later,
that's
we're
right.
gonna know.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like putting the pedal to the metal. 10-4, good buddy, right here. I'm getting my my
She had
semi.
some oil coffee today.
That's
for
exactly
breakfast.
right. It's
ready to
it is
roll.
like it's almost like a syrup over here.
Oh, lads.
It's kind of thick, syrupy, but bittery. But you know what? It's good. And it's coffee. So I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining.
That is
Okay.
so funny.
Again, so yeah, I can't wait to see what what later on my coffee holds. So I'm getting it knocked down. Yeah. So yeah, and there is a coconut. There's some coconut flavor and stuff.
Monday,
so.
if you come in and you're like,
Oh, it's going to
Finish
take me
it
a
off
while.
the
Yeah.
walls, yeah.
It'll probably go into next week at least. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Before, and I drink a lot of coffee,
I know you.
but I've got a lot of coffee.
Oh,
So that's
my
where,
goodness.
yeah. So Greg was like, really? And I said, yeah. I said, we're going to knock this down. We're going to tighten
He
the
may
belt
have
here. We're
his
going to
own
get,
stash somewhere where you don't know about.
he might. I don't think so. He's not quite the coffee drinker to me.
Yeah.
It's going to affect me a lot more.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm the one that's over here, but I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? And it's good because I had bought these or they were given gifts and I need to be using them. So
Absolutely.
it's high time. So yeah,
Woo.
yeah, it's the real. So if you stop by, Laura, you never know what kind of coffee I'll get you. I'll serve you up something, but I don't know what it'll be.
I may need to bring some milk and
Yeah.
tame it down.
Well, there's the one that's really good in Florida. There was a company and it's called Bad, and it's I don't want to say this on the air, but it's called Bad ASS Coffee.
Yeah.
And it's really pretty good. It's really a good coffee.
Mhm.
And so I already finished that. So I mean, like some of these I've already finished. You know. So and then I got from a gift. Disney sent some coffee.
Yeah.
So and that's good. But anyway, but this is what I'm drinking now is I can't remember, it's some kind of a tropical something, but it's a little bit older, and it's
They got pushed to the back.
yeah, so it's kind of bring forward. So coffee is very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. What I'm drinking today. So, all right. Well, Laura, thank you so much for coming and hanging out, and thank you for organizing. I know there was a lot of people involved yesterday with Metaview, and I was so happy to be a part of that and got to see that and be a part. And 50 years, that's pretty awesome, And here's to 50 more years, Bev Harden, for kicking it and keep on going. And
absolutely,
yeah, doing what
you're doing. Fantastic lady. We look forward to it.
Absolutely. So and hats off to everybody organizing that. That was a good time in our community for sure.
Absolutely.
So, all right, don't forget, tomorrow Isabella up at Seymour Walmart, and so they'll be leaving from the Brownstown High School. So you'll hear a lot of, I'm sure, a lot of horns, honk, honk,
Absolutely.
So hats off to that, and that'll be tomorrow. So let's celebrate her tomorrow morning, and then you got time to head on down here to a big music fest at the museum, and let's get out and support them too.
Absolutely.
So, you said you had nothing to do. We'll change that real quick.
Absolutely. Tomorrow is jam-packed.
Always. Let's thank our sponsors.
Absolutely. We want to thank Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Celebrity Home